again, religious. Oh, and it's Brennus. Brennus is Buddhist. So again, a religious civilization. The Celts, very surprising. I don't know. I know that the Celts were spiritual, but I wouldn't have normally thought of them as sort of religious to the point of, and not particularly supportive. They're a little bit warlike. If you can get on their religion, they are one of the best friends you can have. Very, very good. I mean, not necessarily great researchers, but oh, we want animal husbandry. But very, very devout friends and ready to go to war, so you can have a good ally on your side. So the big question is, are the Mayans going to research their own religion? They might go for Hinduism or something like that, in which case there's definitely going to be some fireworks. And I will be caught in the middle somewhere. So we did lose that goody hut. I'm going to try to go for this one. Desert here. Oh, I'm not going to make it. He's got a scout which can move too, so that'll definitely beat me. And I've got a message in the other window. What is going on? Oh, okay. And bears already. Wow. Yeah, this is a pretty high difficulty level, so you're getting critters out on the map. Hopefully, they will leave me alone. Yeek. Okay, let's move to avoid the bears. There you go. So there's Pakal, the Mayans down here. Let's have defeated the bear for me. Thank you, appreciate that. And we're going to move down this way. Again, my goal here is to do sort of a circular survey of the lands around me, because, oh, damn, he's got copper right away. Yeah, do I know of any other source? No. So that's really bad, because whenever he develops bronze working, he'll be able to build axemen, which are the natural counter to my swordsman. So overall, very unhappy. And I can tell that the shore ends here. And while there might be a good city spot, I've explored all the land. And at this point, my idea is to unlock everything on the map where iron might exist. I think going north is actually going to be the preferred route for this. But I'm down here now.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind.
I don't think I need to rush to any of their technology. Pretty okay. I don't need the lighthouse, although it would help my one clam tile get an extra food. I'm not going to rush for it. I'm going to go right to ironworking, even though it takes a little bit longer. Oh yeah, Pakal converted to Hinduism, so there's going to be a religious war on my continent. So I'm going to start working on another warrior, because at some point I will need some defenses. I don't know if you noticed it around, but the computer are running around with archers. Well, he's also got a scout here, but they've got archers, and at the difficulty of Monarch, the AI starts with archers, like a couple of archers or something already in their capital, so they have a big edge on you in terms of early defense. It's a little harder to rush them. But going to ironworking at that point, it's not terribly rushy. It's not the same as if I just built a bunch of warriors and gone after someone, which is a viable strategy on some maps and some situations. So we're going to keep exploring here. Ooh, there's another goody hut. Maybe I'll actually get another one. I mean, at this point, I got bronze working for free. Like, what a joke. So I'm not going to complain if I don't get another goody hut. Meet Cyrus of the Persians. He's a very good character, usually. He tends to tech up hard and be a very dangerous competitor. So I've got my cows online. I switched over to working the cows, which makes sense. They value the 2 hammers more than the 2 commerce, and that's okay by me. And now I'm going to go and hook up the gold. As we know, gold is incredibly, incredibly powerful. Once my city grows up, like, it has 3 great tiles to work, and then I can keep chopping down trees, so I will probably mine one of these guys. Well, I should show, not tell, is the expression. Yeah, I'm going to wrap around to the north. Some more copper, but what a shitty place in the middle of a desert. Who wants to settle here? I'm going to build another warrior, because this one's going to go and scout as well. Not too worried about barbarians yet, but I definitely got to get my scout on. I can start whipping people, but I don't want to at this point. I'd like to get my city up to size of 3 so it can work all the good tiles. And then maybe if it pops to 4, then I'll start the whip. Cyrus has just found another city. Yeah, I should have enough food. Production's pretty early, and pretty important early on. Food is of limited use, although it's good with slavery, because you can regrow your city after a whip. But you're sort of limited by happiness, so there's a maximum size that's practical. Oh, force is grown, that's good. Yeah, we'll get a nice production boost. And we'll probably use this to chop out our settler. Yeah. We're at size 3, which is size for a city. We'll start working on a settler. The wood chop is going to go to that, so we'll rush that out, and we will find ourselves a place to settle. And depending on the timing, we may end up with knowledge of ironworking by the time the settler finishes. I think the settler will actually finish a little quicker, just because of the chop. So, I don't... Yeah, what the heck, I'll just fortify in the city here. A little dangerous being out in the open. I might get killed by an animal. It's much, much safer to be in the forest, especially on a forest hill. These bears are quite powerful, but I should be pretty safe. Don't kill them. Yes, okay, good. We'll have to heal up, but that's okay. And if you play Civ and the UI is different from what you're used to, it's because I've got a mod installed that gives me just some extra buttons, some extra information. Very helpful, like this bar up here tells me when the next great person is going to pop and where, and what the percentage chances of each are. This is all information you can find out by checking your cities, but it gives it to you here just so that you've got the information right at the tip of your fingers. One of the things they're changing in Civ 5 is they are trying to simplify the UI a lot, make it just a lot more streamlined, and only show you what you absolutely need to see at any given moment. And I think that's really going to help bring more beginners into the series, because this interface, especially with all the crap I've got installed, can be pretty overwhelming. But for fans of the series, I suspect that we will probably, if there are options to enable more of these buttons, or if there's modding available, and there will be, it's going to be just as moddable as the original Civ 4 is, or the original Civ 4. Just as moddable as Civ 4 is, which is going to be really good, and the community is going to be very pretty awesome stuff. Alright, chopped that tree, built my mine, settler's going to finish next turn. Still get a couple to ironworking, but that's alright. I may want to build... I'm going to build a second warrior before I move the settler out. I'm going to go build a farm over here. You sit tight. I'm going to escort you with 2 guys at once. Oh, that is the Celts. They're way up here. So we got some more jungle again. Enter the classical area with ironworking. And let's grab the wheel for now. We may switch up in a sec. So, do we have any iron? Oh, wow. Oh, iron near Rome? No! Like, iron is the fucking metal for Rome. You get iron, you can build your Praetorians. Holy crap. I gotta do more Let's Play Civs, because apparently when I play it, I get the most ridiculous world generations. Gold, iron in my capital region, plus a couple extra, like, kind of food sources, the river. This is such a freaking joke. Okay, at this point, apparently I just hit a key accidentally. Hopefully that's okay. At this point, the big question is, what do I do with this? Well, I'm going to expand once somewhere. I'm going to build up a bunch of Praetorians, and I'm going to go and kill Pakal. That's my plan. I know where he is. He's very close. Looks like the Celts are my next closest, and they're quite far and through jungle. Not that it really impedes my land forces. So now the question is, where do I build with my settler? At this point, maybe I should have explored a little bit more, but I think I'm going to build... Let me put a little marker here. I think I'm going to build right here. The idea is, to a certain extent, expand towards your enemy. That way, you know, your troops are your territory the whole time. It's very good. This will be clams. This location will also be on the river, which gives you extra health. And well, these are all hills. Actually, we have a pretty serious food problem. The production would be good, but the food would be crap. And it's got a circle here recommending this spot, which wouldn't be terrible. If I settled literally right here, it would give me access to 2 food sources. This would be a little bit weak because it doesn't actually have water. It wouldn't be irrigated. And I have to remember, unlike the last game, I'm not playing a creative civ. So my capital, the border is expanded, but my other cities, they will be relegated to this 3x3 block. So this would mean a couple of pretty good resources and 1 mine, which would give me a good production boost. And I think that's a pretty valuable way to start off. If I did settle here later, then there'd be some border issues between these 2 cities, but nothing overwhelming. I suppose the question could be, do I settle one north? Would give me access to the marble as well. Food, marble. It's a really shitty... It's going to be super low food. You don't want to settle in these heavy plains areas because food is such a big problem. I mean, unless you're a river, and then you're forced to build farms all alongside. These are really non-optimal locations, but we may have to take them. What I would like to do, frankly, is move a warrior down here at this point and just check to see if there's any more seafood. Move this unit here, and we're going to get more warriors next turn. Ooh, yeah, lions. Definitely don't want to send my guy out without. And I was going to say, why can't I build Praetorian to the iron yet? Good thing I'm working on the wheel. Let's build another worker. Actually, I suppose we'll need another warrior. So build a warrior first, and then a worker. Ooh, there's more iron up there. I know I won't need to, but I may want to colonize there just to prevent anyone else from grabbing it. Because Brennus might come down this way. He's got a little bit of ways to go, so we'll see. Be nice to get the cows and iron. We'll see. You sit tight, settler. We don't want you moving out without warriors. Okay, so we've got more clams there. That makes this city location much more attractive, either here or here. This wouldn't get the second clams right away, but it would expand later. And I think that's pretty good. That'll give me just enough food, and then I can mine some of these hills. I get 1 farm here. I think that's acceptable. I think that's the best use of this terrain, which is actually really bad terrain. This, whereas my capital is ridiculously good, the rest of this area is sort of uninspiring. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, why haven't I gone for this goody hut yet? I'm sure this goody hut is gone. It's just my fog war hasn't updated. So, that scout would have grabbed it way a long time ago. Okay. I don't know where that lion has gone. Okay. Should be alright. Wolves. Sit and fortify here to make sure there's no unrest. Again, animals won't come into your borders. Barbarians will. So at some point, we'll have to worry about that and build up more defenses. But this is a pretty tight area. I suspect, well, this desert's going to suck. But a lot of it's going to get filled up pretty quickly, at which point there'll be no room for barbarians to spawn. Okay, so we got the wheel. We can build roads. What do we want to build next? You know, the lighthouse would actually be pretty good. I think the lighthouse, and we will probably go for pottery after, because we'll probably need some cottages to help offset the cost of our sort of expansionism. You get the woodman thing, heal up, and then we'll go back to exploring. Oh, there are the lines. That's found. What will it be? Antium? Yeah. Let's see. Been playing this a lot. And we may get a little culture pressure from the Mayans, but I don't think it'll be a problem this time. And soon enough, we won't have to worry about them at all, if you know what I mean. Okay, You know what? I think I'm going to leave my warrior parked right here so you can keep an eye on what's happening over here in case anyone else starts to